Hello people of YouTube, it's Ivan's the Great James, and I'm back to review Yu-Gi-Oh! Vori, the latest film released by Shadow Duelist, whatever the numbers are, who makes Yu-Gi-Oh! Virtual on. So, yeah, not much else to explain there. The entire movie's kind of confusing, but we'll get into that when we start explaining what happens. So, the movie starts with our beloved character, who I will be calling Vori, or rather just some random Aquitian Pyron drone, just grabbing a ring from the middle of Rome, bringing it to civilization, and they magically or scientifically bring it back to life, releasing a demon inside of it, as you do. The title character of Jonathan, or as I will call him the entire time, Vori, because that's his freaking name. His name is in the title. The movie is not called Yu-Gi-Oh! Jonathan. I don't care if that's his former name. No one calls Yami Atum. They call him Yami. Anyway, after that, and we find out that the King, President, Pyron, whatever the fudge, recruits Vori in order to stop the evil duelists going worldwide by giving him a deck, and this is the basic thing of how to do it. And then we find out that the President is a moron because he hired a guy to take out all of his enemies who doesn't know how to duel. It's kind of a big problem in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Universe to be like, I want you to kill all these people, but you don't know how to duel. That's like the equivalent of like a soccer team hiring some random kid off the street. It's like, I don't care if you think this guy looks like a prodigy. That's kind of that's shooting yourself in the foot, turn one. Also, the hilarious thing is that he's freaking having him take out one of his enemies, that is Yugi No-No, who, for those of you who don't know, is no longer with us as Yugi No-No. Well, his channel is still Yugi No-No, so it's not like Galactic God where he just doesn't exist anymore, really. It's more just like he's not focused on Yu-Gi-Oh! Solely anymore. So it's one of those still weird things, just like, guys, no. Guys, mission done. We don't need to do anything. He took care of himself. Ay, ay, ay. He's as dead as Dandy. Anyone remember him? No? Didn't think so. Anyway. Yeah. So he has to, of course, teach Vori how to duel. Or rather, the drones do. In which case they freaking... Well, to be fair, Vori is very talented, considering he's able to do something that most people wouldn't do when they first start the duel. Duel. He instantly kind of figures out like how the whole synchro mechanic and special summoning and stuff like that works. Like, he still asks questions, so it's believable that it happens. Like, he has to ask how to synchro summon and stuff like that, and what two monsters do in a tuner and all that jazz. He still has to understand all that stuff, but, you know, he learns very quickly. He's a quick learner. Unfortunately for him, he loses. But he does put up a good fight. I gotta give him that one. He freaking manages to double tune in his first duel, just like, okay, this is some sort of prodigy sort of thing. Then he loses. Great. Then he goes on to the ever faithful, ever astounding worldwide web, in which case he wants to learn online how to duel. And his first stop, Dueling Network. Or Dueling Book, depending. Sorry, it was never so many years you can't teach me to say not network first. Congratulations. Welcome to all the trolls who will call a judge on you the moment you try to use MST. At all. Claiming that MST does in fact negate. I left Dueling Network at one point and I never looked back. It's not just because I got shut down and replaced by Dueling Book, it's also because some things have just changed. Dueling in Book may be more realistic as to how the game is played, but just because it's realistic doesn't automatically equal good. The Sonic the Hedgehog movie is trying to be realistic. Odds are it's not going to be good. Anyway, so what happened? Of course, Vori again puts up a good fight against the random schmuck on Dueling Network. Unfortunately, he still loses, and this time even worse than he did the last time, considering he only does 100 damage. Oops. And he gets trounced, and of course, after that, Vori decides, okay, that's it. Fuck everyone. I lost 2 duels. Fuck everyone. It's just funny because I just got off the back of Yu-Gi-Oh! Hungry 7, so it's just like one of those things where just like, okay, so we just had a guy whose whole motivation is, I didn't get any Xyz monsters, now it's, I couldn't win a duel. Although, granted, to be fair, this one's more justifiable considering Vori is a noob, and I guess it would be kind of frustrating to just be thrust into this new game and losing constantly. I mean, it's only 2 duels, but somewhat more realistic than, I never got an Xyz monster. I would prefer this method. Oh, That's enough bashing on Hungry 7. After that, what happens is, well, fuck humanity, essentially. He magically learns he has fire power. Oh, wait, no. Okay. No, I'm going right. He learns he has fire powers, naturally. He's a demonic creature who was seen inside a ring. I guess there had to be some powers inevitably. And we find out that a witch imprisoned him in the ring, in which case he's got to do what she says and save humanity or whatever the place they're in, the Pyron universe or whatever. So yeah, go and save us, or else I'll keep repeating myself. Yeah, a major problem with this film is that people like repeating themselves. I know why this is done. Edward likes to get exact numbers. Every episode of Virtual On must be 24 minutes. The movie must reach exactly 1 hour. At that point, so sometimes he has a line repeat itself, which is probably a mistake. That's probably a genuine mistake. But sometimes he just keeps in mistakes itself. In which case, maybe you should have gone the Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie E7 route, in which case you just make the credits slow as balls. Or have a recap. Oh, wait. Do have a recap, because I was lost through this. I can't understand half the crap that's going on. So, just a note for the future. God forbid we have any filler. Now, excuse me, I'm going to have to put in a lot of filler. Oh well, at least no one made any mac and cheese. So, of course, after that, Vori decides to go and kill the drone that beat him, who played the electromagnetic warrior things. And then, well, obviously, they didn't take too kindly to that, and of course, the president just got through saying nothing could possibly go wrong. He tempted fate. He tempted the universe. It's his own fucking fault what's happening now. So Vori goes around, just walking around, trying to find his way and what to do next, and then the wife actually tells him to go and do the thing, considering earlier she was being a bit of a bitch about it, now she's being like, do as I say, not as I do, or I'll keep parroting, and you do not want me to be parroting. So, yeah, she's the one who cursed Vori into the form he's in now, or Jonathan to be Vori, but all that jazz, but just like, I'll just let you turn back into what you truly were if you can beat up the president. To which Jonathan does what we would all do in that case, in which case I've been turned into a hideous monster, I'm gonna go fight the president guy. But first I need to summon Red Dragon Majestic Red Dragon in real life and kill a bunch of drones who are just trying to get me because I committed a murder. Considering I committed murder, even if it is against a robot, although considering it's a robot isn't morally wrong. You, the viewers, decide at home. After that, Vori decides that he's going to go fight the president, in which case he immediately does. It's just that easy. You just go to the president's place, top floor, go right ahead. So, but first they gotta go through a duel puzzle, in which case the Equation drone can't get in. Because apparently he needs to tell the opponent's team about I'm pretty sure the Equations and the Pyrons were at war, but then again, there's also a twist at the end of this, I think, so, maybe they're working together so I guess they were just working together, but, it's contrived. The Equation can't get through the door through the duel puzzle because he cannot read something as simple as, oh look, I have Mind Crush. Then again, he wouldn't be able to know that the opponent had Battle Fader unless he did what Vori did, in which case he just watched the guy duel he watched the robot fail and find out that the robot the automaton thing just had Battle Fader, and to which Vori decided, okay, I'm just going to do everything that guy did, except I know you have Battle Fader this time, so I win. Robin Goblin picks randomly my ass. That thing was predetermined. Oh, yeah. So that means, I just love the fact that means the president didn't even bother to tell any of his drones how to get in and through the thing. So does this mean they always had the drones freaking fail at least once, and the other guys would be like, okay, now I know what to do. The answer to the duel puzzle isn't even figuring it out. The answer to the duel puzzle is watch someone else fail, and then you have the answer. It's literally a case of see how one guy answers, and then you have the answer. This isn't a puzzle. This is technically a form of cheating. It's not. Let's see if you're correct. Let's see if that guy was correct. Ay. Not the worst duel puzzle ever, but not the best. At least I could figure out what was going on. Although I do like, although in my headcanon, that Equation drone is known as Jace Hubbard because he doesn't understand the concept of Mind Crush. Jace, I will never let that die. Ha! I am more evil than Vori, you see. I don't let things die. He kills them when they're too early. I let them fester. I'm weird. Anyway, moving on. And Vori is able to solve the puzzle, gets in, then goes to do... Well, the president does so, in which case he almost loses the president, but no, he finally gets to pick up a win against the president, only to turn out the president was a drone the entire time! Also Edward. In which case I'm even more confused now, because we're right back to square one. I think the president was maybe trying to be Edward's father, who got turned into a robot, who got the... My head hurts. It is another dimension sort of thing, so odds are this is just a different form of Edward that came through or something like that. But I don't freaking know. I don't know. I can't know. This is so lost. At least with I can't follow Virtualon's plot for crap. This is freaking contrived and confusing. Okay, maybe not contrived, but confusing. I can't follow any of this. It goes around willy-nilly. Ugh, there's no flow to this. It just stuff happens. Oy, 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 oy. Moving on. Again, Vori is able to defeat the president, and he leaves him in a burning building, and then the Equations translator thing turns off so that now they can't understand them anymore, and they're back to speaking random gibberish of their native tongue. We could understand them before, now we can't, and then we have a time jump of 23 years! So it turns out this thing was whole prequel. And then we see... Oh, wait, no, that's right. Not yet. First, Vori has to go talk to his wife, his girlfriend thingamaffucker, the witch thing that sealed him. It's confusing. In which case, she offers him the ability to turn back into a human again, and he's like, fuck that, I like being a monster. I got fucking fire powers. I may never use this shit, but I have fucking fire powers. I'm keeping that shit. And he decides not to even be Jonathan anymore, but as I've been calling him this entire time, Vori, because he's a Vorophile. Or he's short of Vorophile. I don't freaking know. He's fucked up. I'm now waiting for the sequel movie, in which it will be called Unbirthy. Then after that, I'm not going any further, considering I just grossed myself with what I was going to say next. Hentai! Oh, wait. Ay, ay, ay. And, again, time jump 23 years. Vori watches the Dark Prince just channel a message out, because apparently he's a political figure now. I guess it's because he gave that one random guy a deck, in which case he could fight in a war, so I guess now the Dark Prince is fighting against Vori in the Pyron dimension. So just like, confusing. So like, now Vori has to fight the Dark Prince, and I guess this means Earth is spared. Again, I don't really know, considering this means the Dark Prince can't really take over the world if you're not here anymore. Oy, oy, oy. And that's where it ends. To be fair, that's the after credits scene that I explained at the end, so you know. Yeah. Did I like it? It was fine for what it was. My biggest problem with it is the fact that I had no idea what was going on. I don't... I think it's a prequel sort of thing. It's just like, I couldn't follow some of this stuff. I'm just like, what is going on? Why are we on Pyron? Where the frick is everybody? Why is Edward evil? Why should I care? It's not even the fact that it's not the fact that it was boring or anything like that. It's one of those things where just like, I couldn't understand what was going on. If I can't understand what's going on, I don't care. It's like, I can't even make a freaking comparison to it. I'm just, it's like reading a book series, but just, like, it's like reading a book series, but you start from there's like 7 books in a series, and you start from book 4. You're lost. I don't know. Oh, some way say, why would you ever start with book 4? I have a brother who tried to start into a book series on book 3. I'm just like, why the fuck would you do that? You're supposed to start at book 1. Nah, I'm gonna start at 3. Okay, but when you're lost, don't come crying to me. Spoiler warning, he was completely lost. Because you don't start outside chapter 1. Oy, 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 oy. People were dense. The only time is acceptable to start in the wrong spot is if you're going to the Harry Potter books / movies and you're reading Prisoner of Azkaban, because that thing might as well be a filler book, considering nothing frickin' happens as possible, and J.K. Rowling just was getting tired of writing Voldemort every book. And don't tell me it was anything otherwise. I don't care what you say. That was the frickin' truth of the matter, and you know it. And now I'm just going around talking about Harry Potter in books, so I liked the movie. I liked the production value. I liked the production values and all that stuff, and everyone did their acting well when Edward wasn't leaving in bloopers and stuff like that. Just for the sake of making it an hour. I have no idea why he's obsessed with that thing. No one cares about the time except him. So why... I can't say I blame him straight because everyone's got that one little trait of them they just can't... Like, they have that one little thing that they can't get rid of. Like, everyone's got an obsession that they're obsessed over. But just like, why? Why this specifically? You're risking so much. It's just like, I don't freaking know. Oh, yeah. Everyone did a good job. I enjoyed the movie for what it was. The problem was, I had no idea what was going on. You want me to rate this thing? Fine. I'll give you a B-. Because I did genuinely enjoy it that much. The problem was, again, I was lost. So, yeah. That's my thoughts on Vori. Now, I'm going to be leaving all in my mistakes just to prove to Edward how wrong it is to be doing this sort of stuff. And not because I'm a lazy fuck who just can't do it for himself. Then again, who am I to judge? Where's Ragnarok, everybody? Hey, guys? Oh, boy. Oy, oy, oy. See ya.